Welcome to Police Watch UK. Subscribe now to Plod or not to Plod for more accountability and public awareness content.
I'm good, thank you.
What are you filming for?
Pardon?
What are you filming for?
For my own purpose.
What purpose is that?
My own.
Pardon?
My own.
Right, okay. What's the matter, Steve?
Do I need a purpose to film?
What?
Do I need a purpose to film?
Well, normally you do.
No, I don't.
Let the time get out.
Well, first of all, could you identify yourself?
Show the numbers there. 1171 NA.
If you could actually say what the numbers are, please. Not
Yep.
everyone can actually read them.
1171 NA. No
Thank
worries.
you.
So what's the purpose of filming today?
For my own purpose.
Okay, what's the purpose?
It all starts with a simple act. A man standing outside a police station with his camera. Calm but firm, he states, "I'm filming for my own purpose." The officers, curious and cautious, question his motives. Their suspicion instantly creates tension, raising the age-old debate. Does a citizen need a reason to film in public, or is the right itself enough?
My own purpose.
Just what's the purpose?
Because I want to film.
Okay. Obviously, when we see people filming outside, we get a little bit worried.
Yeah?
There's terrorism, things like that.
Okay, so
That's
you're calling
why we
me a
asked.
terrorist?
I'm asking your purpose.
Okay. Well then, can you tell me then the last time when a police station was actually hit by a terrorist?
Well, that's not the point.
Okay,
is it?
yes it is the point, because it's predominantly, okay, it will be the public that will get hit by a terrorist, not the police.
I think that's incorrect.
No, it's not incorrect. You've only got to look at past events, okay, and you will actually see that. And
Okay.
then when you
About
look at the last police
PCP
station, the last police station that actually
About
got hit by a
PCP
bomb,
farmer
okay, was in
that got stabbed by a
1972.
terrorist. How about that?
Okay, yeah, that was a stabbing.
Yeah, that's a terrorist act.
Okay,
Yeah.
So then, if that's the case, then should we then talk about a certain officer that killed a young woman when he
That
was
wasn't
in
a terrorist
uniform?
act.
The officers press him to identify himself, but the auditor turns it back on them, demanding badge numbers and accountability. His stance is clear: transparency should flow both ways. The scene reflects a subtle power struggle, citizens asserting rights, officers balancing duty with suspicion.
No, but that was a member of the police. That was a member of the police, okay, that actually killed a member of the public.
Right.
Okay,
So what's the point of that and terrorism?
because it's my right, okay,
I'm not saying it's
to
not your
film,
right, but I'm asking
okay,
you why you're filming.
because I can.
Yeah, but for what reason? So you've come
My
out here
own
today-
reason. My
you've
own
come out
reason.
here today,
I don't need to explain to you why I want to film.
But we're asking you why. I mean, we've got powers under the Terrorist Act.
What,
to
section
search
43?
you, to search you,
And
to
if
search
you
your
use
phone.
section 43, okay, it will be unlawful for one.
But why?
Okay,
Why is
because
that?
it's my lawful right,
Right.
and if you actually read the actual memo that got sent by the IOPCC,
Okay.
IOPCC, sorry, back in 2020, right, it will actually state that people can actually film a police station,
Yeah.
okay, police staff, police vehicles, okay, and section 43 should not be used.
Soon, the conversation escalates. An officer raises the concern of terrorism, linking filming outside police stations to potential threats. The cameraman pushes back. "Are you calling me a terrorist?" He challenges the logic, citing history and pointing out how rare such attacks truly are. The clash exposes the thin line between genuine security concerns and unnecessary paranoia.
Okay, in
But
that
what about
actual
hostile
event.
reconnaissance? What about that?
Okay,
What
do you-
if we see you filming outside a police station?
Okay, well
and it
then,
could be
well
viewed
then,
as
let me put
hostile
it to you this way.
reconnaissance?
I'll put it very bluntly. Okay, if you believe, okay, that it is, okay, then if you contact the counter-terrorism
Well, we
squad.
haven't got time for that. It could be
Well, no.
terrorism,
If
so
you
we haven't got
believe that,
time
if
for
you,
that.
well, I'm just standing here.
Right.
Okay, if
What
you
do think
believe, if you
terrorists
believe that, okay, then you contact them.
Well, no.
Okay, but
so I'm
also
looking
as well,
at my
what are
camera.
your reasonable grounds? What
Right,
are your
so you're
reasonable
outside,
grounds?
So you've waited for a van to come out. How do I know you're not going to run in when you're filming a police station? What for? It could be for the exit.
Well, this is a
Could be
public
for the
footpath.
entrance.
This is a public
But you-
footpath.
That's not public.
It makes no difference. I
That's
can film.
private.
I can film.
Yeah, so we've come out. We're asking
Hang on, you
why.
say that that's private.
The officers invoke Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. But the auditor knows the law. Calmly, he explains that the Independent Office for Police Conduct already clarified in 2020. Filming police stations is lawful, and Section 43 should not be misused. His knowledge turns the power dynamic upside down. He's educating those meant to enforce the law.
I'm not getting in.
So I've asked you.
You made a presumption
why are you-
that I may
why-
go in.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, you
We
made a
can't-
presumption.
We can't take that chance. 'Cause
Yeah, I know.
apparently terrorists don't attack us. They do. I
Okay.
just gave you an example, haven't I? A few
Yeah,
years ago.
and then should we then talk about actual people then that get abused by the police on a daily basis?
Is that what you're filming for?
Okay.
Are you seeing if
Well, yeah, you tried to say about using section 43, okay, and that would have been an abuse of power.
Well, it's not an abuse of power.
You said the terrorism act, yeah, which is a completely lawful activity. It's a completely lawful activity.
Right.
It's a lawful activity.
You're not letting me speak.
It makes no difference. Good afternoon.
Hello, have you spoken to one of our colleagues earlier?
I've spoken to several of your colleagues.
At the police station, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, is in out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Could you identify yourself for
Yes,
me, please?
PC McKenna, 1263.
Thank you very much.
Why do you get so anti when police come to speak?
The debate shifts to public versus private space. Standing firmly on a public footpath, the auditor reminds the officers that he isn't trespassing. He's exercising his right in a place owned by the people. Each word cuts through assumptions, turning the lens back on the officer's presumptions.
I'm not anti.
Surely it's a good thing.
No, I've had several
vendors.
good interactions here today,
Right.
okay, with 3 other officers. I've had
Okay.
some really nice interactions with them.
Okay. So you're
Right,
saying this isn't
and
nice.
not one of them even attempted to bring up to do with terrorists.
Well, the first thing
Not
I see
one of
when
them.
people come outside a police building and start filming, that's the first thing I see. That's what I think. That's it.
Well, then you need to actually rethink your actual mindset, okay?
I don't think so.
Well, yes, you do, okay? And when you see a member of the public, whether or not they're filming or not, okay, maybe if you actually approach and say, can I help you, okay, like you did when you stuck your head out the van, okay, but then it should be, okay, is there anything else I can do for you, whatever, okay? I should be allowed to carry on and do what I'm lawfully allowed to
I've
do,
allowed you to. You've been filming me for ages.
okay,
So I've allowed you to.
okay? Well, it's not about you allowing me to,
You just told me to allow you to.
it's not about you allowing me to, it's something that I'm rightfully within my rights to do so.
Right, okay. You've just told me to allow you to. I have for about 10 minutes now. So.
What's your-
Sorry, what's your first name?
I won't give my name.
The auditor pushes further, pointing to real cases where officers themselves abuse their power, even referencing tragic incidents involving victims at the hands of police. His point is sharp. Suspicion should not always fall on the public, when accountability issues also exist within the force. The conversation shifts from him being questioned to him questioning the system.
Okay. What are you auditing? Just out of interest.
Pardon?
You're auditing, right?
I am,
What
correct.
Are you auditing?
A public building, okay, and a public service.
What is it? Just the amount of police officers come out, or the vehicles? Or
No, just whatever I can see. Just whatever I can see. Whether or not a vehicle comes out, okay, an officer comes out, makes no difference. I'll film whatever I can see.
Just police stations you do, or do you go into any other?
Any public service.
So like a library? Would you go to a
Okay,
library?
yep.
Fire brigade?
Yep.
Okay. I'm literally just
Yeah, no,
haven't spoken. Just
it's anything that the
finding out.
public. It's anything that the public pay for.
And what
Okay,
do you do
that's a
with
public
that
service.
information?
It all depends. It all depends.
On what you see?
Yeah, I use it for my own personal interest.
And how many hours do you put in a week, would you say?
That's
doing that?
irrelevant to how many hours I put in.
Do you enjoy it?
I do enjoy it, yeah. So because at the moment, and especially with the Met, and then even then if you look at homicide police, okay, there is a massive divide between the public and the police. There is a massive divide, okay, and that divide is something that needs to be closed because we need a police force without any shadow of doubt. It's very important that we have one.
He explains his purpose more clearly now. He films public buildings to highlight the gap between citizens and the police. There is a massive divide, he says, and it needs to be closed. He recalls both good and bad encounters, stressing how respect and professionalism can turn tense interactions into productive dialogue.
It's a good relationship.
Thank
That's
you.
why initially PCSOs were introduced, initially.
Yeah, but then now there's loads of mixed views to do with that, okay, whether or not that was the actual right thing or was it actually better actually trying to get trained officers in.
They are trained officers.
Well, no,
They're civil, weren't they? But
yeah, okay.
I used to
They're,
hate it.
they're not in the same level as you guys as constables.
No.
They're not in the same level.
They don't have the same powers.
Correct.
as such. Yeah, it's not that
Okay.
They've got their own job. It's not the same level. It's just that they don't.
Yeah, they've been
have
put
the same
in
powers. The bridge.
as a replacement, okay, to what used to be the whole old home beat officers. Okay, where they go out onto different estates.
That's
okay,
weird.
and try and
You've got
engage.
safe neighbourhoods, haven't you?
Yeah.
So then you've got the PCSOs that attach to the safe neighbourhoods. The majority of them, not all of them, obviously, and they're trying to bridge that gap. So is that what you're trying to look into then?
Well, yeah, it's to see how the police actually feel, okay, to do with it. And that's why I said I've had some good interactions where an officer came out to me, he turned around and went, "You're all in?" I went, "Yes."
Do you understand why we come up and question you?
Yeah,
there's
but
a lot of people that, as you've already said, there's a lot of people that really don't like us.
yeah, I welcome any interaction. But as soon as try and say about the terrorist act, okay, and all the rest of it, okay, then that is when, okay.
The auditor points out the irony. Everything he films can already be seen on Google Earth. Yet when a citizen films, suspicion rises. His argument lands. Why should a handheld camera be more threatening than satellite imagery available to anyone online? This exposes the double standard at play.
It won't go down the same line as what a normal civil conversation would have been.
That's what we try to notice, and that's what it is linked with, because people gathering information from police buildings, and then they use that information and unfortunately become quite destructive.
Well, any place really. It could be a tube station, train station.
Yeah, well, just remember, everything that I'm filming now, okay, can also be seen on Google Earth.
Right.
Okay, the only difference is the actual interaction, okay, between myself and officers, because I can see the whole police station and everything from Google Earth.
But
okay,
you have to see how
many people come in and out, what times
that's
the
obviously
people
what
come
we're
in
doing.
and out.
Our job. I'm curious. Just to,
I don't care how many officers go in and out. I don't care what times they go in and out.
Okay.
I'm not here for that.
But when I came out straight away, I said, "Oh, what are you doing?" And you didn't want to tell me. But if you just said, "I do an audit, I do it on all public buildings," then it would have been.
But I don't have to justify what I'm doing.
But I'm asking you a question. Just
Yes.
like if we walked past in the street and you wanted to ask me a question,
Yeah.
I'd answer it.
And I said, what did I turn around and say to you what I was doing?
The camera then captures small but telling details. An officer standing with hands tucked into his vest, appearing casual, perhaps unprofessional. The auditor calls it out. Every gesture, every response, becomes part of the record. This isn't just about filming buildings, it's about filming behavior and the public image of policing itself.
A purpose.
Okay?
That's it.
For my own interest.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, you didn't say
Okay.
your own interest. You said a purpose.
Yeah, my own purpose.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you look at it, my own purpose is my own business.
Right.
Okay? And if I don't wish to tell you what that business is, I do not have to tell you what that business is.
Okay, but when you're videoing places like this, you
Yeah.
can't get all angsty when people come and
Okay,
ask you,
so then,
'cause it's our job
so
to
then,
come and ask and
so
make sure
then,
it's safe.
so then, do you go up to everybody then that's filming Buckingham Palace, okay, and 10 Downing Street,
That's not my
okay,
job
and
to do
stop
that.
them all,
That's not my job
okay?
to do that.
Do you go round to every single place, like even then when you look at the Olympic Park, okay, that's not far from here, even then when you look at that, okay, do you walk up to everyone that's got a camera?
It's not my job.
Okay, do you walk up to everyone who you can see with a phone?
It's a normal police station, isn't it?
Yep, and this
So
is
we've
just,
come out,
and
you've
I'm just a
stood near
normal
the
member of the
gates.
public with a phone.
First thought is, well, why is he filming? And that's what's come last year.
Okay, so, and that's why I said to you that instead of actually doing it exactly as you done, okay, and you've been very polite and very professional, and I will say that, and that's how a conversation should be fully conducted, exactly how it was with the other officers that I spoke to previously.
So what's your plan for the rest of the day? You're going to carry on monitoring?
I have no idea yet. I have no idea. I just take it. I just take it stage by stage.
I only know because I've spoken to the officers that stopped you earlier. If you continue to film, probably more officers are going to ask you what you're doing.
And that's fine. That's fine. And I welcome any interaction.
Well, you didn't really welcome mine, but no worries.
Well, maybe you should look at the way that you actually approach first.
As the encounter winds down, the tone softens. The officers, though still skeptical, remain polite. The auditor thanks them but makes one last request: please ensure this footage is kept. I will request a copy. The exchange ends not with confrontation, but with a reminder. Cameras are powerful tools of accountability, and the right to use them belongs to everyone.
You said I was fine in the van.
Okay, yeah, and it was when you got out, your tone changed.
Right.
You
Okay.
said it was when I mentioned the terrorism act,
Okay.
which was a good 10 minutes
Yeah.
into the conversation.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The camera footage will actually show that. Also, as well, you didn't have that on straight away.
Well, it
Okay.
starts recording before I
Okay.
turn it on.
And just make sure, okay, that does actually get kept, because I will be requesting a copy of that.
For a policing purpose, it can get kept. So I have
Okay.
to justify why I've kept it.
No,
Yes, I do.
once I put in a request, okay, I had 30 days before it is actually deleted.
Correct.
Okay,
So if you
and
can't
it's in that
request it, I'll
time.
give it you.
Okay, and it's in that time that I will request a copy of it.
Okay,
And that's why I said, okay,
But
please
other
make
than
sure.
a policing purpose, we can't save our body.
Okay.
It has to be for a policing purpose.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
And this is a policing purpose.
What's the purpose?
Okay, because we're having an interaction. Okay, and if you actually look, or even on the Metzone website, okay,
We don't record every interaction.
I know you don't, but you are recording this interaction.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why I said I will request a copy of
No
it.
problem. But like I said, I can't save it unless it's for a